There we go. Hello, everyone.
We missed you.
Missed you so much. Didn't you you participated in the summer reading program and we thank you for that. And then you were like, "Oh no, what am I going to do? Now that the summer's over." You enjoy the fall with us. That's right.
Mm.
We're going to fall into reading. That's right. We are. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Just Jessica's here. We got the fall vibes. You have the flannel on. That's so smart. I should have grabbed some flannel.
Did I just wear this as everyday wear? I did.
Nice. Nice.
About it.
Nice.
But yes,
Well, it's perfect.
fall is my favorite season. So I am so excited to enjoy this with you and some more reading with our friends.
Our great friends.
And our fall into reading will follow a very similar format if you did come to summer reading program. And if you didn't come to summer reading program, you're still welcome into fall
That's
into
right.
reading. We want
Absolutely.
to add you to the class. How far can we take this metaphor? Pretty far. But our flow will be similar. So we will have a not sponsor because no one is sponsoring us. But if they wanted to, we are open to that. And we'll share a lot of some things that are our fall faves, maybe a tinge of nostalgia like we did this summer, but just to share a little bit about the theme because we do have a theme for each week of this fall series. We'll then move into the gold star segment. We'll give some non-spoilery thoughts if you haven't read the pick for the week. And we'll rate it out of 5. And then we'll move into the book report where we will discuss spoilers. And then we'll end. We love hearing what other people are reading. And so we will end with what's your pick from the pumpkin patch? What are you currently picking up to read? What are you about to read? And we always invite viewers to comment live or later what they are currently reading.
I'm very excited for that in particular. I feel like we are going to be just to have so many pumpkins. We're going to have so many pumpkins. We're going to pick them all. We're going to pick up more and more books. I'm going to go to the library. I'm going to check out 20 books and not read any of them. It's going to be so good. You know me. It's my
Listen,
vibe.
that's what the library is for. It's just
Yeah.
insurance. Sometimes you don't. It's just like if you want to read something, you've got
Mm-hmm.
it there. But if you couldn't, that's okay. It's like insurance. That's what
It's
it
my
is.
mood reader insurance, is what it is. 100%.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, our first pick here, I'm very excited about. And the theme is back to school. We're going back to school. We're back in the reading program with Strange Academy. Of course, Scotty Young. Listen, I'm a fan. Have I read this? No. I'm excited. You haven't read it either, right?
No, I'm hoping for a Twig cameo. Is it in there? Definitely not, actually, but one can still hope.
I would cry.
What if Lil Twig enrolled in Strange Academy? Would
Oh,
love.
then I would buy all of it immediately. I'd be like, yes. So
Yeah, I
enjoy
haven't
that
read
with
it.
us.
I think it's 12 issues, so it's not a huge commitment. So yeah, join us.
Yep, looking forward to it.
Uh on October 15th, we're getting a little spookier. Look at that jack-o'-lantern. Terrifying. Absolutely
So
terrifying.
scary.
Our theme for this week is trick or treat, something sweet. So something a little spooky, but a side of romance. I'm a big romance reader. Kristen's getting more into romance. So we had to have something that sort of met both requirements. This is a totally new author to us, may even be a debut author, I think. And this is The Wicked Unseen by Gigi Griffiths. What we do know about this is that it is a 90s book. It takes place in the 90s. We know that it covers the satanic panic movement. We know that it may actually be monsters or it may not be. It could all be delusion. We also know there should be some kind of romance hidden in here. This is also quite short. It's I think less than 300 pages. So support a small author, and it'll be a breezy read. Hopefully,
Oh, I love a short book. You know me.
we do. Mood reader insurance.
That's right. Then October 29th, Monster Mash. Look at that little guy. I love him. I love
He's
him so
terrifying.
much.
I want to boop him.
He's so scary, and I want to hug him. The Autumnal. It's the vibes, you guys. Check it out. I mean, look it out. One, it looks spooky. You have the
Yes.
leaves in there. We love that. I've heard really good things about this, but I've never read it. So I look forward to an excuse to read it.
Yeah, I've heard the art is phenomenal. I can already tell from the cover and what I've perused through in the library before, it oozes autumn. And it looks quite scary, and it's self-contained, and we love a self-contained spooky story. I also think there's a bit in here about family reconnection, which is a trope that I am very into. So I'm excited for this pick.
Nice. And yeah, a one and done we love.
Love it.
Love it.
November 12th, we're leaving spooky, but we're keeping cozy. We're just gonna get cozier and cozier. And we've got our PSL pick. Now, I'm not trying to slander the PSL. What is meant here is that it's a basic choice. And I'm a basic gal. I love a PSL. So we thought, what is something that both of us pretty much are guaranteed to love that's on a mutual TBR, I guess you could say. And I don't know how to say this correctly, but is The Secret Life of Albert Entwistle, maybe? I believe he's Scottish. So if we're saying that wrong, apologies. It's by Matt Cain. This book blew up. I think it was last year or the year before. It is about an older gentleman who is having some self-discovery in late age. He's a postman, as you can tell from the cover. And both of us have had this on our list for a bit and just not had an excuse to read it. A PSL pick, I would say, if you attended summer reading program with Silver Surfer. We were pretty much guaranteed to at least like it. And I think both of us feel that way about this pick as well. You think?
Absolutely. And I mean, look at that cat.
Oh, sorry. I did not mention the cat, which means I am now kicked out.
And goodbye. I'm so excited. Also, I'm glad you said that because that would have been my guess on how to say his name, but I'm not positive. And if you say Scottish, Hayden, if you're watching, please just let us know.
It's true. Yes.
And finally,
grand
November
finale.
26th, the grand finale. It's a double decker, is what it is, of Thanksgiving sides. You know, because you can't just have one.
No.
Who's going to Thanksgiving and they're just like, hey, I want one? You have to get more than one. So we're presenting you with two books. I've read one, you've read one, and we're swapping. It's like the Spidey soup swap, except, you know, I feel like it's going to be less controversial than that, right?
Who knows?
We'll see. You know what? You're right. Who knows? Who knows? So my choice was El Deafo by C.C. Bell. I read this many years ago. I loved it so much. I would love an excuse to read it again. Will it hold up? I sure hope so. But I'm looking forward to it.
It has a gold or a silver seal on it, so I think it's going to hold up. I think it got some awards.
And these are both graphic novels, to say that, or graphic memoirs. Sorry, memoirs.
Yes, both graphic memoirs. My pick is Messy Roots. One of the first books I read in 2023, still one of the best books I read in 2023. I have been begging Kristen, and in true fashion between us, I have to organize a whole show to get her to read it, which is wild. But yeah, they're both, my understanding for El Deafo and certainly for Messy Roots is they're both shorter. And of course, as most graphic memoirs, they are self-contained. We invite you to read one. We also invite you to read both because, as Kristen said, you cannot go to Thanksgiving and only have one side. That's just madness. Got to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, and these are two great picks for your library as well. So if you're kind of looking at this whole list, you're like, I can't buy all these. You know, we don't expect that. But you can sure go support your local library and pick these up. I think actually all of these picks could be, you know, you should be able to find them.
Many of them I'm getting from my library if I don't already own them. I think the only one that might be a little bit trickier is The Wicked Unseen because it's a smaller author. But for those of you who don't know and you've got just under a month, you can request that your library purchase things digitally, which would make it come quicker, or physically. And so you could also go that route.
That's right. And let's put up this lovely list of everything that, of course, Jessica made. Just a clap for Jessica here. just a lovely clap. Again, we're going to be meeting in October and November. It's every other weekend. All the shows are on Sunday. They're at 1 p.m. Eastern. That is noon Central for my one other Central person maybe watching. just us. And I'm looking forward to it. Do you have a week that you're extra stoked for?
Man, I'm excited for all of them, obviously. I think that there are so many on here that have been on my list for so long that makes that question tough. So I'm going to go The Wicked Unseen on the 15th just because it's the most new to me. It's a smaller author, and there's nothing I love more than discovering a new author and really enjoying them. Plus, we just got off summer reading program. We went through a lot of 90s nostalgia. So to read a book set in the 90s, I think is going to be pretty fun. So that's probably my pick. But honestly, I'm looking forward to all of these. They've been on my list for a while. What about you?
I agree in every way. That one alone, just being set in the 90s and coming out of the summer reading program, I think it's a perfect pick for that specific week. And but yeah, all of them sound really fun. I've heard really good things, and hopefully we enjoyed all. But hey, if we don't, we're gonna talk about it. It's gonna be great.
We're always honest. We always invite you to be honest. All at 1 o'clock, but please do if you can't come live. We love reading through the comments, reading through what people thought about the picks, and also what they're currently picking up. So feel free to stay engaged that way as well.
Absolutely. And if you're seeing this now, please leave a comment and tell us which one you're stoked for. If you've read any of these, or if you're like, hey, that sounds great, I'm going to read that with you guys. We want to know about it. So please let us know and join us as you fall into reading.
On October 1st.